I fucked Minnie, I've heard. I fucked Elvis Presley's little girl. I fucked the Judds. I fucked the Judds. My country boner, it won't go down. It won't go down. It won't go down. My boner, my boner, my boner won't go down. It won't go down. It won't go down.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Can't Understand Normal Thinking with your hosts, Pat Sharkey and Matt Smookler. This is a podcast where each week we take a hard look at the world around us and challenge our listeners to determine if we're the fucked up ones or if it's just the rest of the world that's fucked. Good morning, Pat.
Heil Hitler. You know who I saw did that yesterday? Cory Booker got nailed.
Oh,
black guy, Senator Booker from, used to be the mayor of Newark, then he's a senator, possible 2028 presidential candidate, Cory Booker.
Okay.
He was throwing his heart out, supposedly.
Yeah, like fucking...
But, dude, it was more, it was like that was like either Black Panther or fucking...
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to throw your heart out, I feel like it should be like this.
Yeah, you rip it out and you throw it.
But look, when your hand goes like this... That's more of the Nazi sleep.
Dude, I mean, he's a black guy. I don't think he did it on purpose, but you can't fucking just call other people Nazis and do it.
Like when Elon Musk got called out for doing that, people were just being cunts at the time because they were just pissed that fucking Trump won. But here's the thing. If you want to throw your heart out, just go like this. You know, like when you throw your jizz at someone?
Yeah.
Like go like that. Do the same thing with your heart. But, everyone, before we start getting into our topics and whatnot today, two things. One, we're finally recording again.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it'll work this time. Look what I brought with me.
The other times.
Look what I brought with me today, Pat.
I know.
You know what this means? If you've listened to our past episodes, it means I got an itchy asshole.
Smook's got a little hemorrhoids.
Yeah. You hear that, poser? Okay. See, I broke it out.
What the fuck are you guys wiping with? That your fucking ass is getting ripped apart.
It has nothing to do with what you're wiping with. It just, it's past drug use, not eating well, pushing, or whatever the fuck it may be. Like I said months ago when we first were talking about this, the first time when I had hemorrhoids, okay, I didn't know what it was. I was a sophomore in college and I was shitting. And I felt like I ate spicy food. And I felt like, like hot peppers are coming out of my asshole.
They pop out, right?
Listen, I don't know what's going on.
I think from what I've seen on Howard Stern, when they had like the largest hemorrhoid, it's like the
veins pop.
It's like balls, though, pop out of your ass.
Yeah, right now, I never had any of that in the past. Today, I was fishing around in there.
You found them?
Oh, it's not like how it used to be. Like I'm afraid to even look.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I think it's time.
That's why you gotta use my fucking technique.
Mm.
This is what you do. First of all, you gotta make sure you're drinking water.
Okay.
Because if you're not drinking enough water, you're not shitting fucking...
Yeah, I got that.
It's like sliding down a fucking water slide without water.
Yeah, that's also...
Squatty potty's number 2.
Okay.
Because when your legs are up like that, you automatically, your colon's pointing straight down.
So the water thing is right, but what I've learned over the years is... That's what fiber is. When you shit and it's like comes out like toothpaste or whatnot, fiber is what makes your shit slippery. And I'm actually
water too, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But that
fiber's just like adding a tube into the water.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just gonna make it so much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, witch hazel.
Well, that's a preventative medicine.
No. This is not preventative. This is when you have the irritation.
So it's preventing. It's not. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's already there.
It's already there.
I'm talking about ways you shouldn't do it.
You're talking about preventative, like to make sure you don't get them. Yes.
And then also, anytime I shit, if it's more than a 3 wiper, I'm hopping in that fucking shower.
Oh man,
I'm hopping. That's why I don't shit at work. I only like to shit at home base.
So this is the first job the job I'm at right now. My other jobs, if I had to shit, I would have no problems with it.
Not me.
So the reason why I don't like shitting at this job is one, it's not a big facility, right?
Yeah.
So you could tons of girls around, but right in front of me, I can either use the public stalls, which, it's not a dirty place I work at, but the people that come in, it's a medical, it can be gross. And then if I wanted to shit back by by where other people were, there's tons of women there, and I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, there's small bathrooms.
Dude, I saw a stat, because you never notice, you never see girls shit.
Yeah.
But they shit double the amount of men.
Yeah, probably.
Like supposedly, like girls, their colons aren't, and they shit twice as much. So say we're taking one healthy shit a day, they're going twice.
Yeah, well,
and also because they're sitting down, and pushing, shit's falling out more.
You can also tell. So I'm gonna say, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, you can tell when a girl shit where I work all the time. Well, not all the time, but I went in the bathroom. You can tell when a girl takes a dump versus a dude. Yeah, I go in there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm just kidding.
It just stinks.
It's a different kind of it was a shit stink, but it's a different smell. It's more of a feminine shit smell. I don't have to. When you go in a bathroom, if a dude takes a nice dump, it's like,
dude, this one guy at work, man.
There's like a haze.
If you hear, we have a code brown. It's called.
Okay.
And dude, there's this one. You remember I told you there was a guy who's miserable?
Yeah.
That guy.
Okay.
Because I walked by and I'm like, it fucking stinks in there. And I saw his apron was hanging outside. Okay. I saw the name was Dan. I'm like, this motherfucker, he's fucking, dude, he just got to work and he's taking a shit here. And
is that what people do? Is they put the apron outside the door?
You don't want to cause contamination.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I see that. And then they're like, code brown. And then I saw the bathroom. I'm like, he's fucking man. And then so I made sure to tell everyone.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Taking a nice dump.
Dude, if you're not going to fucking clean up, like, dude, I understand. Sometimes you just go down and sprays.
Yeah.
But I would fucking make sure that place was fucking spotless before I left the fucking bathroom.
Right. And also the one thing, like, I've always been good at, if, for jobs or whatnot, like if it's a public stall, like I will make sure that, I will always look for bleach or some sort of cleaning solution in there, because I do not like, you can't just wipe off a seat dry. And if there's none of that stuff in there,
we have the seat things.
Oh, the fucking paper things?
I still, dude, it's not even that.
Those things, I don't try that. You can't just use that. You still have to wipe off the seat.
No, but but the thing is, I don't even mind sitting down. It's not even that's the part. It's the part that I don't like stalkers outside.
Oh, people just around.
Yeah. And then I'm just not going to be clean when I'm done. I have to feel fucking clean.
It's so funny. After you started talking about this, I think about it all the time. I have only taken one dump at my job, and because I had to.
Yeah. I've taken a chip, like, I've taken one or two, but it's under emergency. Like, I'm under distress.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait for distress. If I have to take a shit, I have to take a shit. But now, the few times that's happened, I just think to myself, I'm like, oh my God, I get the discomfort.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's because this job that I have now is the first time, though, it's a smaller enclosed place. Like, I can't just sit down, but.
Well, that's the other thing. Ours, because we have gender neutral bathrooms.
Oh my God.
So they're all one bathroom.
Oh, nice.
But and then, there's 3 for employees, and then on the other side is 3 for the public.
Right.
And then there's a private one in the parlor that I go to all the time.
Yeah.
But, I hate I call them stalkers, the people that walk back and forth outside the bathroom waiting for you to go in. I need to be relaxed.
Oh, that's annoying. Like, if I have to take a shit or I have to take a piss, right, and someone's in there and they're in there for a while, unless it's an unless I have to pee really bad, because who's going to walk around if they have to take a shit? Like, dude, I got to take a dump. It's like, no, go back to your seat, go back to work, right? And then go back. I've never experienced a person that happens at home. It's like a home thing. If someone's sitting there fucking while you're taking a dump, it's like, get the fuck away from me.
Dude, the worst was at your bachelor party because there was that one bathroom.
Right.
Dude, I kept going into the girls' bathroom.
Oh, to take a piss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking one bathroom. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I got to piss.
Yeah, no, that shit's people are weird when it comes to that. And also, don't talk to me through the bathroom door. Like, even if you live at home with someone,
my dad's like that. My dad keeps the door halfway open.
Oh, God.
Paper, he's got, because you're not just see that the attack's coming.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of. Why you keep the fucking door open? That, or you just want us all to be miserable because you stink.
Well,
and then he's got the paper, and then oh God.
The only thing that I do is when there's no one at home, I have no problem keeping the door open and let my puppy in. And I talk.
Oh, no, I do that when I my apartment elf.
Yeah. Hey, pups, because he wants to say hi.
Yeah.
He just wants to say hi, wants to know what's going on. Even when I'm taking a piss, he'll come in there sometimes and go, get your nose out of there. Okay? just stop, okay? But, yeah, I don't have a problem fucking leaving the door open for the dog. But, okay, enough of taking dumps for today. It's been, I've been surprised lately, I'm addressing, our audience about how much you actually love Kanye West. Over time, and it's not even just okay.
No. I always liked him, though.
You've always liked him.
He's a real musician. Well, you know what? He doesn't have this mumble rap, I call it.
That shit's fucking horrible. That stuff started coming out. I remember
around 2000 when when it started, when like the Yang Yang Twins and fucking Lil Jon.
Okay, I hated that actually back in the day.
Yeah,
but that's actually better
than this shit.
Yeah,
but that's when it started going downhill.
Yes, it was that down south rap.
Yeah,
that was when we were in college or whatnot.
Well, Ludacris, I like Drop Bows.
Yeah. I think he's great actually.
Yeah,
when I started going into like rehabs and all that shit and community living, I noticed dudes that were younger than me, and I'm gonna go like 2016, 2017, just to rap these days. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys listening to? And then when you hear people who aren't artists, like fans of theirs, start doing it too, and you're surrounded by a bunch of them, it's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying. Holy shit,
dude! It's just you know what? Kanye, he plays with music, he raps, and like he's a real lyricist,
and he loves Trump.
Yeah, well, that helps. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that opened the door to you even giving him.
Well, he did run against them. Also, in 2020.
Yeah, of course.
He might have been but the election was stolen.
I think that was the straw that finally broke the camel's back with him and what's her face?
Kardashian.
I think he embarrassed himself or embarrassed her big time with that.
They were just trying to run his fucking life, though.
Yeah, but then he had some sort of speech. I remember this talking about her abortion.
Yeah. No. That he wanted to. He said that he wanted to abort their first daughter at first.
Yeah, and he said it in front of people. He was wearing actually a military vest. I still remember. He was getting all emotional. I'm like, oh my God. And then he just completely fucking embarrassed her. And
because she's never embarrassed her.
Yeah, right.
He's not that fucking sex teacher out there.
And I think that was when he was starting that run, which was such a fucking joke.
Which one?
With run for president. He was starting to run for the presidency.
Dude, I love how when was Kanye born? 1977. He kept calling himself a millennial. Millennials born in 1983.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah, no, but
he's not. No, you know why he's calling himself a millennial? Because he wants
the younger voters.
Yeah, and he also wants to relate to his fans. A lot of people fucking. He gets across the spectrum with people.
He is on the spectrum.
Most certainly is. So, this past week I was really just thinking about. I was surprised, but I'm like, wow, Pat fucking really respects this guy and his music. I'm like, what is it about this? I was like, yes, he recently dropped that song that's been really giving everyone on both sides of the issue, a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
You have people who, think that it's portraying a bad message, that it's promoting anti-Semitism, all that other bullshit, which it's not, And then you have the other people who are saying, why are we limiting him? Why are we censoring it?
You shouldn't censor it at all.
Right. You brought up a good point in the last episode we talked about with this. But not even that. You have so many other rap artists that promote violence, rape. No, I say rape, but borderline.
Borderline. Drugs.
Yeah.
How many songs do we have about lean?
Yeah. What the fuck is lean?
Oh, dude, lean is the guy you were talking about.
Promethylene. Yeah, the cough
it's
syrup.
basically You remember the fucking guy you talking about, Omar Little?
Yeah.
He used to have a show on Vice.
Omar, you mean the actor?
Yeah, the real guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He plays Chalky White.
Yeah.
In Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
He has a show on Vice where he used to go and visit these sub-drug cultures.
Right.
And he went into Houston for this lean. And basically, it's cough syrup.
Right.
And it's mixed with, like, they make these fucking... Do you ever notice how, like, blacks like pineapple soda?
Yeah.
And it's because of that. So they mix it with that, and they make these drinks, and it just fucks you up.
Yeah, it's opiate based. Yeah. Let's be honest. It's DeMarcus Johnson. Okay, it's fucking DeMarcus Johnson. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, DeMarcus.
You got what is he got? You got picture. Don't come crying to me when you're on the front of a shirt.
It's really like, what the fuck do they wear that? I mean, get dressed up for your fucking funerals.
So let's see. Let's talk a little bit about Kanye. He was born June 8th, 1977. He was born in Atlanta, but he was raised in Chicago by his mom. Middle class. Dr. Donda West.
Not a real doctor, though.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Joe Biden.
Yeah. Well, Donda West was more of a doctor than Jill Biden.
Yeah.
I guess Kanye's mom was a professor at Chicago State University. She became like a chairman of the English department or something, which I guess makes sense with Kanye. He's got, he's a good lyricist.
Oh, really good.
He can speak correctly.
Yeah.
He was born middle class. His dad was a former Black Panther. Okay. He lived in China for a year during Chinahood. Early exposure to other cultures, right?
Did you say Chinahood?
He was, when he was younger, he was gifted in poetry, art, and music from a young age.
He's a genius.
Which makes sense because usually when you're on the spectrum, when you're a borderline retard, usually your parents throw fucking, crayons at you or, tell you to go do something creative with yourself so you can get lost in it.
I think he's more of like an Asperger's type of guy, so they're usually good at one thing.
Yeah.
Like really and one of those things is rapping and lyricist for him.
Yeah.
He's just really good at that, but that's why I don't think he really understands the controversies he's causing.
Go further on that. Explain further.
Like this whole, I think, there's people at work that have Asperger's. You ever meet someone with Asperger's and how socially
retarded they are?
Yeah, like,
they don't have a concept. There used to be this
guy at work that knew everything about the Mets. He'd be like, "Oh, Colin Cowgill hit grand slam home run on the opening day in 2015."
They're obsessively focused on one thing.
But he would interrupt people. Like you could tell. Like if I was on the phone, he would have nothing about just sitting down and having a full conversation with me.
Yeah,
like he just no social awareness whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I think Kanye is like that. That he doesn't understand that. He doesn't see what the big deal of is with this Heil Hitler and saying all these Jews caused this thing, where he thinks he's actually like...
He looks himself as being a victim.
Yeah, like he doesn't understand why more people aren't on board.
Right.
Like, that's why people got to realize that.
Yeah, he's got mental issues. Yeah. He really just fucking does. There's no other way to put it.
You could tell just from... Have you ever seen when he goes out, how he'll wear masks and stuff? That's someone who wants to be seen but doesn't want to be talked to.
Yeah, and it makes him unapproachable.
That's what he wants. So have you ever really seen him having normal conversations ever?
No, and he has a fucking puss on his face over. He looks angry.
Oh, dude, if you had fucking married the Kardashians, you'd look pissed too.
Yeah, but he's got so much fucking money and things at his
disposal.
Not
anymore. Dude, they froze his bank accounts.
Or is that something that was recent?
Yeah.
Or is that something from the past?
No, it's recent.
Why did they freeze his bank account?
I think they think he's crazy. That's what he says in the fucking,
in the song. I thought that was something.
Well, no, I remember
the last couple
Adidas and Balenciaga. I forget how you say the fucking name.
Yeah, because
he lost a lot because he had like a $400 billion deal with the Adidas in them.
Right. Balenciaga, what happened was
the Jews comment.
But no, not even that. Balenciaga had an ad 2 or 3 years ago with a baby with S&M gear on.
Oh, it was just sick fuck.
Yeah.
Sick fucking shit.
Yeah, so they had, but it was, the ad was primarily, portrayed in Europe and stuff. stuff.
So yeah, so
And
it's okay.
people in America were really fucking uptight about that shit.
Because it's fucking disgusting.
And it is.
It's fucking disgusting. It's not art.
And he continued to back them up, you know. So yeah,
that's someone missing the mark right there.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Someone definitely.
I understand his point though. It's art, kind of like. So I get it too now, because I could say the same thing with comedy. Why the fuck are you getting so fucking offended when someone's trying to make
right? And is that baby really getting fucked by a dude?
It's art,
right?
But the only thing I say about this is, there's people that fucking actually pleasure themselves to that, and then could fuck a real baby, because they're fucking get themselves so fucking hard or something like that.
But you know, with AI now, you don't even need Valencia to do that. I'm sure they could just pay $200 a month and make a fucking video or something and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it's $200 a week.
Yeah, 200, something crazy along those lines. But you know, so Kanye's, I guess his father was a Black Panther. I guess that gives him that little fucking
we should start the White Panther, Smook.
What would be the problem with that? Why is it? Yeah, why is it that you can have a group?
Well, why can't we have our own award show? I mean, CMTs are basically white ones, but why can't we have our own award show? Like, why is everything like fucking?
Well, so unfortunately, the KKK and Nazis ruined the term white power. Okay, so we can't use the term white power. But
one of my favorite uses of that term, there was this fucking I don't know if it's on HBO Max, but it's definitely on YouTube. It's called Gladiator Days, a story of a prison murder, and it's about this guy Troy Kell, who is in Utah, and who was found guilty of killing his girlfriend's ex at like 18, and he was so violent in Las Vegas that they sent him to Utah on like a prison swap. And he was part of the Aryan Brotherhood. And this black guy got out of his cell, and Troy Kell and another guy stabbed him over 80 times. And after he stabbed him, he goes, "We got some white power jumping off in here." Woo!
Oh my God.
And right after 9/11, they put the guards put a Muslim in a cell with him so Troy Kell could take him out. And he took him with an inch of his life, and he goes, "I've taken too many people's lives. I'm going to let this one live."
Oh, so he showed mercy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a merciful soul. Well,
but he got the firing squad.
Why can't we, celebrate being, Caucasian?
I don't know. I don't understand. Why don't we have Caucasian month? We have Black month. Or why don't we have Chinese month?
No, we are in the middle of it.
No, we're not.
This is the beginning.
Fag month.
Oh, this is Fag month now?
Yeah.
Then maybe it was last month, because I just saw it. Asian.
This is a big
Asian. Asian. Asian month.
Why do they have a month, but the vets have a day?
That's crazy. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, yeah, May. We just got out of Asian month.
31 days?
Yeah.
Too much.
So, after his childhood, I guess he kind of started breaking through as a producer in the late 90s. He was producing for local Chicago artists, but then eventually was found by Pat Sharkey's favorite Einstein impersonator, Jay-Z. And I guess he was working on Jay-Z's album called The Blueprint, which was groundbreaking, I guess, at the time. Just the way he had done shit. But at this time, he was known for soul sample stylings, which is what Pat was saying. He uses real instruments. He'll use pianos or use sampling from, I guess, he's from Chicago. Isn't that like fucking Motown?
Yeah.
So he's got that whole Motown.
Dude, he's got real music. That's what makes it so fucking great in it.
Yeah. Real music, not just beats.
Dude, even like that one that was in Jarhead, that like, Jesus walks.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah. It's like to a fucking like military cadence.
Yeah. It's got that drummer boy,
And then that one I had you listen to before with Chris Martin,
right?
Homecoming.
He's got pianos.
It's a piano, yeah. He's not rapping to fucking, beats.
Well, he's still got the beats in there, but it's not just solely that.
Beats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's got that whole producer background to him now. So he's probably making all his music himself. Like, he's producing it and he's writing.
Oh, no, he is.
unlike a lot of these other artists, Miley Cyrus.
Fucking, she's not an artist.
No.
Dude, that's the difference. You see Kanye, he's a fucking crazy motherfucker.
Right.
This guy is walking out around, he's got his wife dressed up half naked walking around. Miley Cyrus tries to act crazy about talking about pot.
Yeah, I know.
There's total different fucking...
They always say there's a fine line between being insane and being a genius and when it comes to something.
Imitator.
Yeah.
That's an imitation right there.
She sucks. She's the absolute fucking worst.
Her, Taylor Swift, they're all like manufactured.
Yes. That's
they're not real. They're not real. Courtney Love was fucking shitting in closets because she was so fucking high on drugs.
Right, and she somehow turned that shitting into some form of art with a little bit of help from her dead husband.
Yeah,
but
like lyrics.
Yeah, but yeah, if you can shit in a closet and smear it on yourself and others and yourself and other people like it, you're an artist.
That's a real artist. Yeah,
it is. And you don't have anyone complaining.
Britney Spears. Look at Britney. Did you hear about her lately?
I saw something popped up about it.
Dude, she's definitely... She got to behave a little bit better because I'm afraid they're going to put her back under that conservatorship.
Yeah, well, she's
on a private plane.
Oh, yes. Keep going.
And she decides it's time to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, yep.
So she lights up a cigarette and then she puts it out, from what I hear, but she gets offended that they ask her to put it out.
Well, it's not 1988.
I guess if you do pay $50,000 for the fucking flight, you might want to line it up.
Well, let me ask, is she...
Why the fuck can't she vape?
Is she...
She's on a private jet, but it was not her own private jet. It was a rental, like a charter jet private company thing.
Right.
With her and a security.
Oh, come on, Brittany.
Yeah.
We don't want you on...
You're hanging on by a thread.
We don't want you on those meds again.
No.
Come on.
Dude,
I know you're on the bare minimum.
Supposedly, she still had sunscreen on her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, you could see, like, she had, like, zinc, or it was on her arm or something, like, it was down her arm.
Brittany.
She went from the beach to that.
Okay. So, listen, Brittany, come on. Break out the Ginsu knives on the plane.
She's had some fucking crazy dancing scenes lately,
yeah.
Like, fucking butt naked almost.
Yeah, and the dog's tail is all healed up from the last time.
Well, now she's got her son back.
Yeah. But he was missing an ear.
He's missing now.
Yeah. Oh, Brittany, come on.
Dude, but those are artists right there. Those are real problems. Miley Cyrus doesn't have that. Taylor Swift's biggest problem is fucking... What is her problem? I don't even know. People calling her a cunt?
Oh, no. Well, her biggest problem is, and she just fixed it, was
Mahomes.
some guy a few years ago bought all the rights to all her songs, and then somehow facilitated her getting all the songs back. So this week she's really celebrating the fact that she purchased all the rights to her songs back.
Dude, I still don't get what's about her. Why I hate her so much, and why people like her.
I don't like her music. I don't like the way she looks.
Dude, she's not good looking. She's not good looking. She's like she reminds me of like a 6'1", like old Calvin Klein model. Like, you ever see those anorexic Calvin Klein models?
Yeah.
That's what she reminds. And just one, she's
a wavy cunt.
Dick in her. Like, I want to smack her with my dick. Like in her face.
She's no Janis Joplin, okay? She was fucked up and ugly.
Well, she's not
a good artist.
Artist, though, Smook. That's the difference.
You gotta be fucked up. There's gotta be something that traumatizes you, I think.
Yeah.
What trauma?
She was never molested, nothing.
No.
You need a good molestation to fucking sing songs.
Yeah, and
that's what, what else?
But who would want to molest her? Like, with that cunty face? Like, just...
A liberal. But, like, even, I just don't get it, because she doesn't write her music, so why does she need to own it?
She doesn't write her own music?
She doesn't.
I thought she did, but who knows?
Maybe she does, I don't know. Every fucking song sounds the same.
Yeah,
bam, 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 bam. That's the only song I know.
Yeah.
You know who I used to love? Michelle Branch.
I know the name. What's the song?
Everything to me. And when I close my eyes, I feel to be.
I probably heard the song before.
Dude, I had 2 albums with Michelle Branch. I used to rock out. She plays the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I liked her.
What does she do?
She plays the guitar. I used to like her and the one, if I would walk 1,000 miles, you will find.
Was Michelle Branch, was she traumatized when she was younger? Probably.
Yeah, she definitely had a couple fingers in her.
Yeah. Maybe dad or fucking uncle.
I can't believe you don't know who Michelle Branch is.
I know the name. I've heard of.
She fucking rock. Do you know who Ashley Simpson is?
I do.
Pieces of Me.
Yeah. So let's talk about her for a second.
She got ass fucked.
Probably.
By the guy from Fall Out Boy. Said it on the Stern Show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
She fucked up once, right? Wasn't she the one with the SNL? She was caught lip syncing.
Oh, yeah.
That ended her career.
Dude, but not really.
For a temporary.
while,
yeah, for a while.
But dude, the thing is, she was the first person to get caught doing it, really.
Where did Milli Vanilli get caught?
Well, the difference between Milli Vanilli is they lip synced their whole career. Yeah. This was just like a performance or something. And she did the...
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
She did this like little like...
Stupid dance.
Yeah.
Well, you know that there's a lot of artists now, especially with rappers or whatnot, where a lot of their shit when they go live, because they have to play off the tracks, they have to play off the things, where like you'll see them, and it's the Miley Cyruses where they're rapping or they're doing their thing and there's vocals coming out, so they're harmonizing with their own vocals coming off the speakers, which means they're not fucking singing the whole thing themselves, which is really fucking annoying. Lady Gaga does that bullshit. You know, like, just where she's harmonizing. Oh, she doesn't have backup singers or whatnot, or maybe not. I don't fucking know. But you hear that.
No, Lady Gaga's a real artist.
She is.
She's a real artist.
She's still a cunt.
I like her for some reason. You know what? And she's a total woke liberal, but there's something I respect about her.
Probably because she does know how to play music.
Yeah.
She is an artist.
It's just something about her I like.
All right.
And she's got her fucking fag monsters or whatever they call them. Savages, I call them.
Yeah.
But she calls them little monsters.
Yeah. There was actually a big thing recently where she put together, there was a show she had at Rio de Janeiro or whatever, and like a week before they stopped what was going to be like a mass bombing or something there because there's millions of people there.
Yeah.
And I guess the bomber was posing as one of her little monsters and was trying to fucking take out as many people as they could.
That's a good idea. He was a monster.
So if you're a fan of Lady Gaga, oh yeah, so that brings up another fan of Pat Sharkey's is Katy Perry. Tell me a little bit about her.
Oh, fuck her, man. The thing is, I like that song Raw.
Oh, Roar?
But the only reason I like it is because Misha Tate used to come out to it in fucking UFC.
Respect.
And she was one tough bitch, Misha Tate.
Okay.
And hot. Fucking hot. And her prime was fucking drop dead gorgeous.
Hear Pat roar.
But yeah, Katy Perry's just your typical liberal.
Yeah.
You know what?
Takes credit for a lot of things that she didn't even do.
Well, she had the Hillary Clinton song in 2016. Something like Fight Like a Girl or some shit.
Oh, God.
Fucking song.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, let's get back to
Orlando
Kanye.
Bloom cheated on her, hopefully.
Yeah, probably.
I hope so.
Kanye also, besides his soul sample styles, he also really popularized it's called the chipmunk soul sound. That's where they make the.
It's the harmonizer.
It's
like auto-tune, right?
It's not like auto-tune where he'll sample something, but he'll speed it up a little bit, so it'll be like a gospel singing. Yeah. Make it sound like the Chipmunks. You hear that a lot in the fucking thing in rap these days. But moving on, one thing that I recently learned was
that's Misha Tate.
Oh, look at her,
and she's a fucking badass, man.
Oh my God, she's a fighter.
Yeah, she's a fucking badass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's retired now.
Dude, she doesn't look like she'd been punched in the face.
Oh, dude, her arm was actually bent the other way. Her elbow like this.
Hyperextended.
She didn't tap out to fucking Ronda Rousey.
Good for her. So one thing I recently learned about fucking Kanye, which really, I guess, pushed him in his soul artist thing, was soul artist direction was in 2002. He was in a fucked up car crash that I never realized. He had fallen asleep at the wheel in LA after recording with a bunch of other artists around there. He had his jaw wired shut for weeks, which inspired him to write his debut song, which was called Through the Wire. And what he basically recorded, he produced and recorded this song while his mouth was fucking wired shut.
I haven't even heard this one.
Yeah, neither. Like, I just learned about this recently, and I believe what they said was he even did the vocals and stuff through the wires of his jaw was fucked up in three different places, and that was, I think, his debut song as an actual rap artist, right? So then, this is what gained him the street cred for basically being raw and vulnerable and to really just fucking hustle his music. So then after this, I guess what it was is in 2004,
That's when he really started blowing up. That's when Jesus came out. Jesus and Jarhead came out.
Jesus Walks. I think it was Gold Digger. So basically, he dropped his
That was 2005. Was it Gold Digger 05?
It was off the album College Dropout. So College Dropout came out in 2004, but or maybe it might be Late Registration, which is 2005. So at the time, College Dropout, his debut album, he basically went to college for like a semester or two. Decided
that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Basically said, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm focusing on my music career. Yeah. And listen, I think he made a smart move.
I do too.
He just focused on.
We would have had another blank fucking English teacher. Yay!
And I think this was good for him because he's on the spectrum. He's borderline retard.
He's an artist.
Yeah, so he was really focused on one thing. He can't do all these different classes and shit.
Another reason I like Kanye, a little tidbit, that song. What won't kill me?
Oh yeah,
that's what the 2007-08 Giants came out to.
Oh,
for the Super Bowl run.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
and that's when they won, right?
Yeah,
that was
the Patriots.
Yep, and that was not Pat Sharkey. Jeremy Sharkey was on that team.
He was on that team, but he didn't play in that game.
Unfortunately, no, he was hurt.
Still got the ring.
Yeah, and he brought him there. Yeah. So he had this car crash. Now, he drops this album, College Dropout. It was Grammy winning. It's about faith, struggle, school, criticism, all that other bullshit.
You know what, too? He was like one of the first guys to bring, because he did change style.
Yeah.
If you remember, they were all dressing like fucking with the pants, kind of how they dress again today.
Yeah.
Like real shitheads.
Yeah.
And he was the first guy to wear like nice shoes, like nice white shoes, jeans, and like a collared shirt. Like it was like a preppy
thing,
yeah.
Because he was a producer first. He was,
he just wasn't a fucking savage animal like the rest of them.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
And I think I was wrong. I think you're right. The next year he had an album called Late Registration. So I believe that was probably the one with the Gold Digger song.
Yeah,
right.
That was because it was in Jamie Foxx. I believe did Ray already.
Right
when he sang on that.
Yeah,
and Ray came out I believe in 05.
Right. And, well, I just remember some chick I was with at some time broke that song out. I didn't even know who Kanye West was, but I had to hear that song 1,000 times. It's actually a really good song.
Dude, actually, Jamie Foxx is fucking really good on that song, too.
Like, oh, yeah, that's right. He is singing on that. Yeah. I forgot that he was on that song.
I mean, he sounds better than Ray fucking Charles.
Yeah.
And he could see.
Yeah. That same year, 2005, is when I think he got into his first real controversy, and that was Hurricane Katrina happened.
Yeah.
Right? And at this point, I guess...
I'll never forget fucking Mike Myers' face.
Oh, yeah. He's like... you know what to fucking do. So, Kanye being classic Kanye, he's still like, he's not a nobody, but he's still nothing spectacular at this time. But this is where he starts really just...
George Bush don't like white people. I mean, black people.
Yeah. He says George Bush doesn't care about black people. I mean, he
wasn't wrong. I think he was telling the truth.
And wait, what was that on? So he was on some...
He was on like a telethon.
Yeah.
It was like a telethon
it was
for
so
Katrina.
Inappropriate.
It was like a week after. Everyone's telling stories about the levees breaking and then... You get Mike Myers and they come in, the fucking thing
trying to raise money and stuff.
And Mike Myers goes, the terrible loss in 2005. Fucking Kanye goes, George Bush doesn't like black people.
Jeez. Well, you know what? I don't know what else. I wouldn't know what to say either.
Dude, you just was like...
He just froze there. Yeah.
That's the first time you're like, Kanye's a loose rocket, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we should keep this guy fucking off live TV.
Yeah.
And... When did the fucking VMA... Was it the VMAs?
That was 2009. We're not at 2009 yet.
But the same thing was like, if you remember with the VMAs, it's like, it wasn't that he was just up there talking. He got up.
It was beyond...
No one's going to stop Kanye.
It was beyond inappropriate.
No, but that's what makes me think he has Asperger's.
What?
That's what makes me
Yes.
Because he... In his mind, he doesn't see anything wrong with that. He has something to say. There's the microphone. I'm Kanye. I'm the most important in the room. Right. I'm going to tell you what I think.
Yeah.
And Beyonce was robbed.
Yeah.
and he was preaching the truth because I don't like Beyonce. And now he's going back at her. He's realized his mistake. But Taylor Swift is still a cunt.
Yeah. What did Mel Gibson say?
Do you ever have? I'm gonna have to read it.
So Sharkey found this tweet or something that actually Anthony Cumia retweeted.
Well, I found it before Cumia.
Of course he did.
Yeah, I did.
I know. He retweeted your thing.
Yeah. It goes, Mel Gibson. I had a female business partner once. Didn't work. Interviewer. Why not? Mel Gibson. She was a cunt.
Very simple. Yeah. And for any of our new listeners, Mel Gibson's a personal hero of ours.
Yeah.
We're going to have him on the show one of these days.
He would love the show.
Should we tell our listeners now before we're done with this Kanye thing? Or
we got so many new ones.
Well, I'm going to break the news to them. So we're in the works of getting Kanye, having an interview with Kanye West. Ye himself. We've been talking with his people.
Reach out DM.
There's been a little bit of negotiating. We want him to come out here. He wants us to go out there. We still haven't decided how this is going to go. He's a little bit of a Jew. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying this is he doesn't want to pay for our flights to go out there. Okay.
And he wants us to pay for him to come here.
Yeah. I don't understand how this works. We're just a little podcast, but we're grateful for this opportunity that's coming into the works. So hopefully our listeners, you just stay tuned, okay? We will keep you updated on our Kanye interview.
He's only got 2 things posted on fucking Instagram.
Yeah. So moving on. So let's see. He has a couple other albums. You got The Graduation. I don't give a fuck about that. 808s, Heartbreaks, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This is 2007, 2008, and 2010. Wow, usually when artists come out with albums that close together, they suck. But this is Kanye we're talking about here.
No. I mean, dude, he had all good shit, man. He had all good shit. So where we were up? So we're almost to the Taylor Swift incident.
No, we're right there now. So it's really 2009 that we get a little bit of a taste of his loose cannonness with the Katrina thing.
Yeah.
2009, I think, is where it starts to really take off. And for anyone who hasn't been living under a rock, you had the VMAs, the MTV.
Yeah. Back when people used to watch it still.
Yeah. And it still sucked then.
Dude, it's the last year I ever watched it, really. I was at Segretto's house, 2004. When fucking Bruce Willis was doing the Rockaway.
Oh, really?
With fucking Lean Back.
Oh, yeah?
With fucking Fat Joe.
Okay.
He pulled up with Fat Joe on his fucking yacht in Miami.
Hey, listen.
That's the last year I watched it. We watched it in Segretto's basement.
And you know what? Bruce Willis, my heart goes out to you. He's got something fucked up going on.
He's got dementia.
Yeah. But how did he get that?
Dude, it's old, man. The guy's 69 years old.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're going to get it too, Smook.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I know, too. We did, especially you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't shoot shit in my arms.
But
definitely, we're fucked. You can't do, at least I stopped doing drugs in fucking 23.
Yeah, well, you know what? I drink green shake.
Yeah, that's gonna cure the fucking heroin and cocaine going into the fucking main vein. He drinks. He was shooting methadone in his fucking arm. Oh no, Suboxone.
Yes, boxing, yeah. Absolutely.
He's not that sick of a fuck to shoot methadone.
No, but it was the MDMA that hurt the most. That I won't ever do again. Well, I won't shoot anything ever again. But MDMA.
But that's why we're gonna die. We're gonna be Bruce Willis. Trust me.
So the real first thing was the two. So what happened again in the 2009 Music Video Awards?
She won for like Album of the Year, Women's Album of the Year.
Who was this?
Oh, Taylor the Cunt Swift.
Okay.
She was like fucking. She still looked the same, and the song was still the same that it sounds like today.
Right.
It was like basically the same shit she produces every fucking year.
Right.
But if you ever say any bad word about her, every fucking upper middle class white girl will fucking never fuck you ever again.
Ah, fuck them.
I want to get my dick wet.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And
she's such a bitch, man. But it is. It's everyone's got. Dude. there's nothing more when I see a girl with a fucking Taylor Swift shirt. I just want to punch him right in the fucking face.
Believe me, I don't even want to be with a girl who fucking is a
I
Taylor
want to give him a
Swift fan.
strawberry shortcake. You know what that is, Smook?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Come in their mouth and then punch them in the nose. And then when it all comes out.
You break their nose and then you come on their face.
Oh, okay.
Strawberry shortcake!
So tell us a little bit more about this while I try to pull up the clip.
Well, basically, he decides that it's time for Kanye to interrupt the speech because the wrong person won.
Right.
Taylor Swift shouldn't have won. It should have been Beyonce. So then he gets up, no one stops him, walks up on the stage, and goes straight to the podium.
Yeah.
And just cuts off I forget who was presenting the awards, but they looked at him like, what the fuck?
Right.
It was a black guy and a girl, if I remember correctly.
So thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yeah, that's young Taylor.
That's pink.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Look at this fucking hair.
One of the best videos of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're standing in the back.
He just
Dude,
totally ruined,
That's
he ruined
fucking
her
great.
moment, too.
Yo, and he was polite about it, too.
Yeah,
He was very polite.
It's I'm gonna give you. What do you say? I'm gonna give you a moment. Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. Just give me a moment, Taylor.
Yeah.
Fuck your career.
Yeah.
You got a great one, but Beyonce had one of the best videos she's ever seen.
And he does this. He goes on. He's like,
Yeah,
the mic back.
dude, but that's right there. People should have been like, this guy might have a fucking form of autism.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have been on medication. No, we'll just keep pushing him and fucking keep pushing him.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think it's actually good that he made all his money and that he has other things to be happy about. Because if he was just a regular dude, especially after being with the Kardashians,
Yeah,
that could push a dude to fucking spray bullets all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, they're fucking with his kids.
Yeah. You know, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to let you finish. That was the line. I'm going to let you finish became a cultural catchphrase. Yeah, everyone always just knew that. I was like, what the? I didn't watch the MTV music.
No, I didn't watch that yet, but I remember hearing about it.
But yeah, I was working at a hospital at the time, and I just remember everyone walking in. I'm like, who the I was like, oh yeah, I knew who Kanye was at the time, but I will never forget his stupid fucking
I didn't
haircut.
really know who Taylor Swift was.
Yeah, I don't
Other
think
than, I've heard the name before.
Yeah. And you're right. She looks the fucking same.
Dude, and if you looked at her, she's just like, get this black man away from me.
Yeah.
That's you can see her in the background. That's the face of, my wallet's in my back pocket. Please just leave me alone.
Yeah.
And she'll never say that, but I've seen that face before. I see it on the subway a lot.
As time went on, I guess he got into the fashion industry. You know?
Like I said, though, he did create a whole style, Smoke.
He did. 2015, he launches the Yeezy Season 1 and the Yeezy boots. Okay. And then eventually it became a $1 billion brand. And then I guess he thought he was very, big into fashion because he did completely change. You would notice, you watch Keeping Up the Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
He really completely changed Kim's, fashion sense.
Well, I remember before they started even hanging out, she had him over to fucking rearrange her closet and to throw out the clothes that he didn't like, because she trusted his vision.
Really? Is that how they got together? Is that really what it was?
Yeah, because I did that's from the show. That's the show. I mean, it's also produced by Kris Jenner, so you don't know if that's she's probably sucking his dick the whole time behind his back, behind fucking Chris Humphrey's back. But
I don't trust that lady either. Kris Jenner?
No, that's what I'm saying. She produced it. Dude, anyone who capitalized makes the first episode about your daughter's sex tape.
Oh, yeah, with their
the
very
first episode's about the sex tape and FBI coming and stuff like that.
Oh, what happened with the FBI? I didn't know that.
Because it was put out there and was stolen.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but in the first episode, it was all about that. So, you're basically capitalizing on your daughter's fucking sex tape and your fucking ex-husband's sleaziness as a fucking ex-attorney who just happened to cover up the OJ thing.
Yeah. Well, I
your best friend, Nicole, too, by the way.
I don't want to do anything to possibly jeopardize our interview with Kanye.
Yeah.
But something tells me that if something happens with that, if that falls through, maybe we reach out to Kim. I would like to know. I would like to know more about that.
To be totally honest, do you ever think that they would ever be honest? The Jenner Kardashian clan.
No, but
I think they're so fucking manufactured.
But that's what makes it better, because they think that people are stupid, and what it is I like it when people try to talk to me like I'm stupid, because you can just see through it.
Dude, they eat men. They fucking eat them up. They spit them out. And their fucking lives are fucking horrible after that.
They either overdose on drugs in a whorehouse, or they chop their dicks off.
Or they never play in the NBA again like Chris Humphrey. Yeah. Ray J's never made another fucking album.
Yeah.
And Kanye's going crazy. Bruce chopped his dick off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Where is that lady man these days? She was always in it was always in the fucking newspaper.
Yeah. Dude, I actually like the show.
He's a big Trump guy, right?
He was.
Not anymore.
Dude, you haven't seen him in a while.
Huh?
Caitlyn.
Well, yeah, you haven't seen him in a while.
Caitlyn even said that there shouldn't be girls versus guys in sports.
Absolutely. Any normal person could see that. How stupid is that? What that is that's dudes, right? Dudes who do that sucked at sports.
Yeah.
Really pine for that award. They want that trophy so bad and cannot get that trophy.
And it's not even. It's not even. I swear.
No.
Dude, we produce testosterone. Girls don't.
Right.
Automatically.
You know what I think? I think if, here's the double standard. I would give credit for women who want to.
Dude, they could try and compete, but they just, there's maybe 0.000000001% can do it.
But good, do it, because you're going to
There was
the
that
way
one
to
girl
get
in
better.
NHL who almost made a goalie as Tampa Bay Lightning.
But the only way to make yourself better and stronger is by competing against people who are better and stronger than you. Otherwise, it's just the weakling's way out. So I think that's just, it doesn't make sense. And people who back that up, you're taking away. You want one person to get an advantage and taking away all the opportunities from the other.
There's a reason why there's
women.
Girls in women's sports. It's because they can't compete against men.
Right. And now you're also setting women back. Yeah. You're actually for a society, especially in America.
What do you think about a guy, though, that chops his penis off? Could they compete?
A guy who chops his penis off.
The way I see it is, you chop your penis off, you go into and you go to jail. I think you go into women's pod.
I don't fucking know.
So that's how I like to define genders, is how jail define them.
Yeah, right.
So I saw a great fucking line. I think Kristi Noem said it. She was milking a cow, and she said, "Is the Washington Post and New York Times here, the reporters?" And they raised their hand. "Now, you guys say there's more than two genders? Try milking this bull and milk this cow and tell me why there's only two genders."
Yeah, and drink it.
Yeah. Not even that. You try to milk a fucking bull, pull his penis, you get your fucking killed.
Well, Pat also brought up a good thing once.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
LGBTQ thing, right?
Yeah.
How can you be bisexual, right? Or how can the term bi be in your LGBTQ thing if there's not two things?
Yeah. Because otherwise it would be poly.
Yeah.
Or try, or whatever the fuck number of genders you guys are up to.
Well, just like with women versus men, or liberals versus fucking
shitheads. I mean us.
Yeah. Logic just is not. Some people just don't have logic or any sense of any common sense.
I just hate people. I really
do. So. Now we're going to get into more of his mental health things. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after a public breakdown in 2016. First of all, what was it? Oh, it was a public breakdown after his...
Yeah, if I remember, I believe it was at Citi Field.
It was a divorce from his he was divorcing his wife.
No, they weren't divorced yet. I think they were separated. Yeah. But it was at Citi Field, if I remember correctly.
Where he was playing... Yeah.
That's where his concert was.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's look that up a little bit. So I guess it was, as Pat's looking that up, in 2016, Kanye decides to run against Trump for president.
That was 2020.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Look it up.
Positive. It was 2020.
It was 2020 he ran?
Yeah.
No, because he was still with he wasn't with Kim Kardashian
It was
then.
2020, dude. I thought.
No, because I still remember it.
Dude,
Kanye runs for president. Oh, I am wrong.
Oh, no, it was in Sacramento, California.
Yeah, and I was wrong. And yes, I remember the Sacramento. Kanye running for president 2016. America announces. Oh, so I was wrong. I was wrong. So it was in 2020. But when did his divorce? Is that when he was divorced? Because look, that's when he embarrassed her.
Dude, they didn't divorce till like 2018 maybe or something. Or because don't you remember they had like a separation first? I remember from the seasons of the Kardashians.
Right.
Because he had that thing in Wyoming.
Right.
He had like that land, and he was hosting those Sunday gatherings when he
that was that.
Yeah.
That was that thing. That was when he had.
That's when they were living apart. Her coming and she was crying. Yeah, she was crying in the car when they were having a fight.
Right, and that's actually so that was it, and it was because of this, right?
It might have been like 2018, 2019.
That's what officially separated. That's what officially like killed their marriage. Like she wasn't going back because Kanye had this. He was campaigning for himself, right?
2021, and there was finalized in 2022.
Yep. He was campaigning or whatnot, and he was giving these stories where he's being all emotional and saying how Kim had an abortion and
how he wanted to have an abortion.
I wanted to have an abortion
for
North, and that he didn't want the kid or whatnot, and all this other shit. And it was just, even though they were separated, she was still going, supporting him, trying to be there, trying to work things out.
No, and she was just fucking, dude. This is what it comes down to. I think she's such a sick fuck. That Kardashian. She didn't want to ruin her image by divorcing a man who's obviously having a nervous breakdown.
True. Yeah.
So,
and use that as an excuse. Yes.
So I'm going to fucking go and add to his fucking pressure by showing up to these things. and then
use it against
time I
him.
have it out, I'm going to take it.
Yes. And then use that as an excuse.
They're conniving cunts, those Kardashians.
Well, let's go back to the Chris Humphries thing. Okay. Yeah. How did that was a
2012 episode when they were in, if you remember, it was Kim and
it was a 72-day marriage.
Who the fuck's the oldest one again? Kim, oh my God. Just fucking weed gummies, man.
Right?
I can't fucking... Dude, I watch this show all the time.
Yeah, so
it's Khloe, Kim...
Other one...
The oldest one. The one with Travis Barker.
Yeah, who cares?
Courtney and Kim go to New York, okay? And they're living in a fucking Tribeca.
Right.
So, there's one episode where they go to the fucking... Because Kanye... This is when Kanye was kind of... like showing Kim the style, like
right,
like his artistic style and doing her closets and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they fucked in the Chris Humphries and Kim fucked in the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Kanye's a cuck.
Oh, yeah, because
so he was probably watching and fucking wanking. You know,
he's got a little bit. He's got a little bit of a ditty in him. Huh?
Yeah. They all do, these black powerful guys. They always do. They like to flash it. I don't know why.
So, I guess it was in I guess Kim was married to Humphries for 72 days.
Yes.
It was in I guess they started dating in 2010. Chris Humphries, what team he was a basketball player. He played for the New Jersey Nets, and he was kind of like
kind of out of the NBA as soon as fucking...
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a doof, if you just remember just the way he looked.
Dude, he was like a half black, half white, just doofy looking dude.
Yeah. And
he had a real fat sister that the Kardashians did not want to hang out with.
Why is it that they married? Like, what was the whole thing?
Kim's like, Kris Jenner's like, Kim, he has this great idea for this wedding episode, but we need to find an asshole. You've been dating this one guy for like 3 weeks.
Oh, so it was all for the TV show.
Come on. Eve dragged that for a 2-hour fucking episode.
Okay, that's right. It was a big deal.
They probably got fucking $20 million for that fucking episode, plus the fucking wedding, and milked that thing to fucking death.
And they just destroyed
this guy. This guy was really broken up about it.
Yeah.
But, nothing. Kris Jenner, I'd destroy him.
Do you think he got any money out of that, too, Humphries?
Dude, it ruined his NBA career. He fucking was cut the next year. He never played again, I don't think. I think he might have been like a bench player after that, fucking maybe 1 year with the Knicks.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess they got married.
Dude, it basically ruined him.
That's what these fucking Kardashians
Yeah,
just did.
ruined them. And she could say she's been married once before. She knows to take marriage seriously.
Yeah.
So, because she's married fucking Ray J, and she ruined this guy, and she started acting like it was his problem. No, it's your problem. It's you and your family, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
They're fucking controlling.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Chris Humphries came out and saying after the show that they filmed scenes, Kardashian filmed scenes after they divorced to make it look like he was like a bad guy. Because they were in Dubai, but Kim didn't go to Dubai until like 30 days after they separated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like she's in Dubai going, oh, Chris won't pick up the phone.
And here's the other thing is Kardashian revealed that she had paid for a significant portion of the engagement ring, but that Humphries contributed a portion as well too.
He was a bench player, like a 6-man. He's probably making like fucking $850, like a lot of money.
Yeah,
but
to us, but not to
Kardashian,
and not to the type of ring that she wanted. Yeah. And there's no way she's not getting engaged to someone without having a big
I need
rock
$5 million on my fucking hand, Chris. Yeah. This ain't gonna fucking do this $500,000 ring, you stupid fuck.
It was it was basically a publicity stunt where where she basically used some guy.
They needed another season for the Kardashians. They needed to start off with a bang. I remember the episode. It was in 2012. It was because I remember the day it happened. It was my little cousin's sweet 16.
Right.
We were having it, and I remember I was pissed.
I gotta get home to
I might have watched the show. It's a 2-hour special.
Sharkey's sitting there calling his cousin a cunt on her fucking sweet 16, bro.
Dude, because we had it at the clubhouse in here.
Okay.
So I was down here, and I'm like, fuck, man, I can't go. I can't leave now. My mom's like, we got DVD.
Yeah.
I mean, DVR.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Gotta watch it live.
I've noticed Pat recently, anytime there's a big fucking event or whatnot going on, dude, I'm not feeling too well. I'm not sure if I can make it or not. Like, except for my wedding, which actually I'm very grateful for. Yeah. But anytime he's got some family function, like there's something the other day, dude, I'm not sure. I got to be someplace whatnot, but my stomach's not feeling really well.
I still went though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's the setup, just in case.
Dude, you know what I think it is too, though? Because I really don't feel like.
I know.
Like that one time, like the wedding, I was fucking sick. I projectile vomited everywhere.
Yeah, I made myself. You make yourself sick.
Yeah, I think I get fucking like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, because I get it too. You give yourself anxiety.
I had fun on your wedding.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the few weddings I had fun with.
Well, it's nice to have friends that haven't seen each other all together for once, you know?
I mean, I held court by the bar for a good 3 hours. I did. People were coming up to me I make the room come to me to say hello to me.
That's usually how it happens. Yeah.
Deuce, walk to me.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad he did.
Yeah. I didn't see him there until he came up to me. I wasn't would have came up to him.
No.
Karina Buckwalder came to me.
Oh, she said hi to you?
Yeah.
Nice. Lenny Smookler came to you.
Mr. Feeney came to me.
Yeah. That's the way you've always been. You've always found your spot at the bar. You don't move. Just like when people ask if you're a dancer, because I'm not a dancer. I stand at the bar. I'm not a dancer.
Dude, the best advice ever. I'll never forget this. We went out. It was me, Scotty, and the Langlois brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was that? High school?
2002.
Oh, okay.
It was after high school because maybe I was 21. I can't remember. And I think PJ was trying to date Scotty's cousin.
Okay.
So we went there was this bar by Stony Brook University, like across from the train tracks.
Yeah.
It was like a club. And we're there. And I was standing next to Mike Langlois. And this was Mike Langlois was a 5-year Coast Guard guy.
Yeah.
And then he was in the NYPD.
Yeah.
He was a street crimes unit guy.
Yeah,
like
he doesn't
the plainclothes guys.
Doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, I always looked up to him. And I'm like, Mike, yes, these fucking girls are out there, man. They're fucking hot as hell. We got to get out on the dance floor. And he's like, Sharkey, straight men do not.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that. You're right.
You always said that.
You'll never see me on the fucking dance floor ever again in my life. If Mike Langlois doesn't dance, I don't dance.
Yeah. Because I remember you always used to say, straight men don't dance.
Yes. No. Mike Langlois a man.
I heard he's good. Like he's whatever police jobs is. Dude, with the big guns. Like
he told me he got suspended for fucking pulling a David Hasselhoff.
Oh, what's that?
Do you remember Baywatch when they used to drive up next to someone and they're running? They used to open the doors and hit him on the back to knock him down on the beach.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is when he was in the plainclothes unit. He goes, he's like 3 calls, someone's throwing rocks through windows at churches. So he goes, we're fucking right behind it every time. We got the description of the guy, and he goes, the 4th call, we were right around the corner of the next church. We pull up there, he takes off running. He goes, I tell my partner, pull up on the side. I open my door, fucking right on his back. He hit the guy fucking into another car.
Oh, good for him.
And Mike jumped right on top of him, and got suspended for use of force or something.
All right, well, you know what? He got the bad guy, and he put him away. So that, you know what? I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But that was a true man, and that's why I don't dance.
Straight men don't dance. Let's see. He was diagnosed, okay, so he had TMZ moment in 2018. I guess he was on TMZ, he was doing an interview, and he had said something along the lines of slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
Do we know what he meant by that?
He said it sounds like a choice. He's just saying that, just like how people get pissed off, like the North Koreans, why people don't stand up. You know, like, why didn't they fight against the people? Why did they let themselves be fucking enslaved? Enslaved. That's what I think he meant.
He showed up to the interview and was ranting while promoting his brand and discussing free thought. The exact quote was this: when you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's saying, like, why didn't they fight back?
Yeah.
Why did it take fucking white people in the North forming an army? Fucking ended.
And you know what it was is he got a lot of fucking backlash from that, from fans, historians, and civil rights leaders, celebrities like Will.I.am and Meek Mill and all that stuff.
Because God forbid you ever question a black.
Many interpreted the statement as a massive oversimplification of the brutal systematic reality of slavery in America.
Yeah, they're always the victims.
Well, I guess after that, he said, to make myself clear, of course, I know that slaves did not get shackled and put on boat by free will. My point is for us to have stayed in that position, even though the numbers were on our side, means that we were mentally enslaved. He framed it as a mindset discussion, not physical slavery, which I just said. Which is, exactly that. And that's why people are just so quick to jump on something to either, I think people intentionally misinterpret it. I could see a lot of people misinterpreting our podcasts.
Oh, yeah. I definitely can see that.
Do any of our listeners out there, do any of you find yourselves offended by what we say? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
You should write in.
If you're offended, you could turn it off too, motherfucker.
Yeah, you could, or you could have an open discussion. Yeah, and you could also ask questions, a person could be offended but not have to be a baby about it. Be like, hey, listen, this hit me a certain way. Can you clarify something?
Yeah.
There's ways to go about it. If you just automatically whine and cry and go tell on us, well, good. Then we'll finally get into the newspapers.
No, wait till you get a couple more followers before you tell us. I can't support myself yet. Just in case.
Yeah. There was also a response from the TMZ staff. A black staffer responds powerfully on air.
I think
you're entitled to your opinion, but there's still real-life consequences behind everything that you just said. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought.
God forbid someone thinks differently of you. God fucking forbid.
Or God forbid someone gives a different interpretation or challenges something.
Yo, there was a fucking this is like, this guy thought he was going to be the best fucking tweet ever because he showed a fucking picture of a guy with a double SS, like the lightning things.
Right.
It was a biker.
Right.
And walking into a fucking crowd of like white people, like at a concert.
Right.
And dude, they fucking basically fucking surrounded him. The security had to surround them, and then people started fucking throwing punches at him. And he's like, that's what happens to Nazis around here. And everyone in the fucking comments is like, God forbid we wear a shirt that someone else disagrees with.
Yeah.
We can't act like, no, the Nazis is someone who fucking didn't like a certain thing and fucking outlawed it.
But you know what? One of the most powerful things.
That's they're the Nazis.
There's also a very powerful picture. It goes, I don't know if it's in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, but it's a bunch of black people are beating up a KKK member or something, and then a black person went in there and was sticking up for them, saying, "Hey, listen, let this guy go. What you're doing isn't right." You know,
just like you have the right to be a Black Panther.
I give that because what it was that black person who was sticking up for them was showing empathy. It's like it's not fair right now,
man. Why can't you use words? Why does everything got to be violence?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Like,
maybe
hey, asshole. Why you got a shirt on like that? You're gonna get yourself fucking killed, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you say that? And then if he fucking says something, then you fucking say something else.
Also, there's people who have turned their lives around. So, who didn't have the money to have the tattoo.
No, he didn't have a tattoo. He had a shirt.
Oh, he had a shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
but you know what? Fucking, that's his belief. God forbid.
But I think that it's a stupid move to wear that going to some place.
Yeah,
you have to
we live in a fucking free country.
We do.
We live in a free country.
And people have the freedom to do those things and whatnot.
They have the freedom to express themselves.
Right.
They don't have the freedom to put hands on another fucking human being.
That's
true. As soon as you put hands on me, I have the right, in certain states, I have the right to take a gun out and blow you the fuck away.
Okay, then let me rephrase that. When you have a statement like that on your shirt or whatnot, then you should at least expect.
I would be strapped.
Yeah,
personally.
you have to expect controversy. You have to expect, if you wearing that, you're gonna get a reaction.
Yeah.
And there's consequences to your actions. So yeah, maybe it's not right that people are hitting them, but you got to expect that. You piss off enough people, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, man. Fucking, I just think it's fucking. I think Nazis are people that fucking don't have they don't like that you don't agree with them, so let's fucking get you out of there.
Yeah,
that's Nazi behavior.
And so basically it was a contradiction.
Yeah. Just like that's why I think Kanye's saying he's a Nazi, because he contradicts what fucking other people say. You know?
And by the way, we're not here supporting Nazis or any of that other shit.
I'm calling them Nazis. I'm calling the people that call him.
Yeah.
I just think that we live in a free society.
Right.
And that you could see, just like I said, I could go up to someone and say, you're a fucking asshole for wearing that shirt.
Yes.
And he could say, fuck you. And then I could go on my way. Or I could not even give a fuck, which I probably wouldn't even care. But it's a society that's free, that you're allowed to do that. I don't want to live in a society that you cannot express yourself.
Correct. That's part of freedom of speech.
That's when I always say slippery slope. That's how you get into that fucking communism and fucking totalitarian dictatorship, when fucking certain ideas are outlawed.
Just don't expect. My whole thing is, maybe they don't deserve to put hands on them, but they do have the right to make them feel uncomfortable. Not with violence.
Not
right?
with violence, yeah.
Not with violence. Use words, and you have enough people there to make a person feel uncomfortable. And you can even tell them to get the fuck out of here.
But you don't think like a fucking transgender with a beard and, hairy arms going into a fucking business in a dress and gets called sir and causes a huge fucking scene? You don't think that's fucking almost like...
Isn't that a form of expression, though, too?
I have no problem with her fucking walking in there,
right.
But if I call you sir, because then I misgenderize you, and you call a fucking huge fucking scene like that, get the fuck... Dude, you got a fucking beard. You're a sir.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
You obviously know. I understand if it's like a one that, because I've seen girls that I think are transgender sometimes.
Right.
And I can see how that could be bad.
Right.
But like, if it's just fucking something like that, like, well, fucking beard. Like, if I put a fucking dress on, I'm obviously a guy.
Yeah. Or if you put a dress on, you're obviously, a guy in a dress. Yeah.
And if I get called sir, and my voice is like this, Yeah. I get balls. How big are your balls?
Yeah. Psst, your balls are showing. Let's see. So we got a couple other things. I don't know why this is a controversy, but it was. Kanye had befriended Trump, and he wears a MAGA fan, and there was a huge fan divide with that. Yeah. Why is that a controversy?
He wore it on SNL.
Yeah.
That was the big controversy there.
And he was smart by doing that. He knew, kind of like the Nazi guy in the group, he was he's the lone guy.
He had a reason, though, and this is what makes him smart. He put that hat on. He knew he was going to get a meeting with Trump. What he did, though, from that meeting is he had 5 guys that had drug charges that under Rockefeller laws that were doing fucking like 50 years for selling fucking marijuana and like coke and shit like that. You know, drugs are bad, but 50 years and when rapists are getting out of 10 is fucking, it's insane.
Yes.
And he had their sentence pardoned.
Good for him.
So wearing that hat, he did that, and he said that's one of the reasons why he went on there doing that.
Good for him.
Smart. He had a fucking ultimatum.
Yep.
Not ultimatum, another motive.
Yep.
Doing it.
And also, I think he also likes being the odd man out, so he's going to SNL which is just totally left-leaning.
Yeah.
Throwing on the MAGA hat, he knew he loves ruffling feathers. When, that was not, I don't think that was an autism move. I think that was intentionally done. That was premeditated. Let's see. We already went through this 2020 presidential run under a birthday party. What does that mean, birthday party? Is it supposed to be a birthday party?
No, it's. I think it's like birthday. I don't know. I was thinking maybe the birth certificate thing.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah.
And then as time goes on, he shows signs of his mental health is spiraling in front of the public through social media. He loves his Twitter. He loves using Twitter. I guess in 2021, his divorce from Kim Kardashian goes into full effect. And boy, did that really fuck things up for him. Or, that divorce.
Yep. Well, dude, you're dealing with the Kardashians again. And they just twisted the fucking knife a little deeper.
Well, you know what she did? She went on fucking SNL and then Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson. I don't think he's that funny.
Do you think? No, he's a fucking weird-looking guy. He's fucking weird. He's just, I don't know. I don't fucking find him funny. I didn't find anything he did funny.
No, and he's not cool. I don't know why people loved him for so long.
He must have a cock that hangs down to his fucking, the floor.
Oh, my God.
Something happens. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that fucking drove fucking
Kanye crazy
up the fucking wall. And you notice how she now dated Pete Davidson.
White guys.
And it didn't, oh my God, he's so cute, or this, that, next thing. But you knew it wasn't lasting, and it didn't.
No, it lasted like a year.
And he got, of course, tattoos of her.
Yeah, my girl's a lawyer.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? But
she did that just to fuck with him, though.
Yeah, and then Kanye up the wall with that. So he wrote songs about killing Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I remember that.
Yeah. But where Kanye went wrong with that is she wanted that fucking reaction from him, and she got it.
Yeah, just ultimatum. She was fucking already working on she's playing chess.
Yeah.
She was already the Kardashians were already working on a fucking custody plan or something.
Yeah.
Let's make this guy a little crazier and I'll get fucking full fucking custody.
And it's also all part of the fucking Kardashian TV show machine.
Yeah.
It was just drama. This guy was fucking having meltdowns. And again, what the Kardashians do at what was it? Fucking using someone else with Pete Davidson, fucking Kanye's mental health, all for their own benefit. What a bunch of cunts.
Oh, that's when he started praising Hitler.
Yeah, I bet. Yes.
I also think Pete Davidson might be in jail. So I understand.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, yes.
He got banned from Twitter and Instagram.
In 2022, it was after the Pete Davidson thing. That was when the anti-Semitic tweets start coming out. What's the DEFCON 3 comment? What was the DEFCON comment that he made? I remember this vaguely. DEFCON, DEF, DEFCON comment, Kanye. So he, around, I guess what it was, 2022, he starts making this is DEFCON 3 on Jewish people controversy. It was October 8th, 2022 on Twitter.
But you ever notice it? It always pushes like a guy to the limit, like Mel Gibson or and all of a sudden the floodgates open and Jews control fucking Hollywood and the roof's really full. So I've heard it once before.
So it was a tweet that's now deleted, but this is what the tweet said. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also.
Yo, I understand that though.
You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your whatever. Yeah. ChatGPT isn't designed to provide this type of content.
It opposes your view.
Read oh my God. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with this, but I guess whatever that said.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to. Well, ChatGPT doesn't like that.
but you know what it was is that basically, I understand he probably got fucking fucked around by his Jewish lawyer or something,
right?
And he fucking made a funny statement, and all of a sudden that was the cancellation of Kanye. So they made him a Nazi.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hold on, I know.
Is that why he changed his name to Yee?
Ooh, hold on, I got it right. The DEFCON 3.
I think we got to continue this next week because we also have the White Lives Matters fucking scandal.
White Lives Matters?
Yeah.
What was that with him?
With him and Candace Owens for like one of those fashion weeks in like Paris. They were, but Candace Owens was a black news reporter on like Fox News. That also is like, criticizes some of the black fatigue that we're having. And she's the one who did the report on Macron's wife being a fucking, who was a transgender and basically groomed him because she's like 15 years older than him.
Okay.
But so they went to this fashion week in Paris with White Lives Matter shirts.
Oh.
Like the opposite of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like the biggest fucking controversy ever.
See, Kanye West, he's a smart guy, but you know what? Pat's right. We're obviously in the middle of a deep dive into Kanye right now. So.
And he deserves a fucking another episode.
Well, I think
I gotta know why he went to Ye.
Yeah, well, I think we'll cover that. And we still got to, develop some questions for our interview with him because I think I'm going to say right now, I'm pretty confident we're going to get this interview with him.
I'm going to DM again just to make sure.
Okay. And you'll DM him and I'm going to reach out to his publicist again.
Yeah. He only follows 3 people on Twitter. I'm hoping to be the 4th.
Yeah. But until then, I just want to say thank you to all the countries who have been listening to us. You guys have skyrocketed us through the roof lately, especially you, Germany, stepping up big time.
Yeah.
Thank you for spreading.
Czech Republic.
Yeah. Thank you for spreading the word around.
New Zealand is another one.
And Germany,
UK.
Get Luxembourg on there, all right?
Yeah, there's one region. We have the whole fucking map except one fucking region of Germany.
We got some more stickers coming out, so we'll send you guys a whole bunch, and I want you to litter your country with it. But yeah, until then, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll continue with Kanye. Later. Pat doesn't fuck this up.
Fuck all you hoes! Deep.
Oh, we're gonna do it one more time.
Fuck all you hoes! Detroit till I die, motherfucker! Talking all that bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm a moonshine, sipping straight, slipping in the darkness. Far from heartless, I'm more like the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I've never been the smartest, but make no mistake, I hit the fucking hardest. Devil without a cause, you heard me screaming, and 20 years later, bitch, I still fucking mean it. Fucker, you ain't never met a motherfucker like this. Kiss my ass and you can suck a dick sideways, my way or the highway. Listen up, ain't nothing changed here, I still don't give a fuck. So what the fuck's up with all the backlash? You snowflakes, here's a news flash. still offended. But this amendment one, it rings true. And if you don't dissent, bitch, then see number 2. Ain't nothing new, right church, wrong pew. Get a clue, accrue your fake news and views. Can't all get the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. I'm the last of a few, still screaming fuck you. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm gonna soar like an eagle. My wings will carry me away. I ain't never coming down.